All right, yeah, I checked out the website to make sure it was not an unreleased flavor. The Super Savage Cotton Candy Grape. That one's pretty good. So there's a whole science behind flavoring pre-workouts, because if you just mixed caffeine, citrulline, arginine, all the different like lion's mane, nootropic kind of whatever sort of been, I forget all the exact kind of terminologies, but if you mixed only the active ingredients, put it all into a powdered kind of tub, and then took a swig, oh my god, you'd probably throw up. So that's the tricky part. It's not necessarily that these guys are just coming up with flavors. They're coming up with different ways to counter the bitterness and to counter the whatever s of all of the actual active ingredients. But that one's solid. That's the Sam pick of this day, of this Sunday morning. So I survived. It's the 5th of July now. These are, even though I'm posting this on like the 7th, so we're kind of losing track of time, but fingers intact. My town did a really badass fireworks show. I don't know if it was just because this was the 250th sort of celebration, 4th of July, or maybe they just make it crazier every year, but yeah, the finale was nuts. Now, I mean, I'm not talking like craziest in the world, but pretty good. Pretty freaking good. And then it's really cool driving past all these fields. Night of the 4th of July, and you just see some random fireworks every so often, just because, guys are throwing them off at their house, which I do not have a problem with that, of course. There's, as much as I'm hyping up like the don't blow your hands off, you can still mess around with fireworks. Just be careful. Use some common sense. But yeah, we made it. So I'm gonna hit a chest day unencumbered by any phalange-based injuries. So how am I gonna do it? I'm not totally sure. I had a little bit more food than yesterday. I've been bouncing around that like 26 something-ish, 2,800 calorie mark. And yesterday, I think I had about 3,500, which does not sound like a lot, but when I'm in a deficit, if I'm at a steady 2,700, and then I have a day with like an extra, 200 grams of carbs or so, you wake up a little more full. Just a little, nothing like 1,000 grams of carbs refeed like before a show or anything, but it's just a little bit of a bump. So I wouldn't even call that a refeed, as more like just a slightly higher calorie day. Got some Jimmy John's out on a pontoon boat with the dogs, so smacked a foot long of just turkey and provolone and lettuce. That hit the spot. So hopefully I'm going to be extra pumped from those carbs from yesterday. And I've already drank 1.5 liters of water, not to mention the 800 ml-ish of the pre-workout that I've been sipping on. So my prep is there, right? And for me, I've got the, I guess we can just call them the tenants of, or the 5 points of a proper pump. So I slept really well. I'm hydrated. I'm decently well fed, which honestly isn't even like crazy important. This is more like you're just eating how you should, be it a bulk cut, whatever, and you get a proper headspace. You're not totally tweaking. Now, sometimes that's harder to control depending on what's going on. But if you're not tweaking, you slept well, you drank a crap ton of fluids, so you're definitely hydrated. You're peeing clear, and you're eating solid. You're not eating total junk. The likelihood that you're going to have a good workout, the odds, let's just say the odds are in your favor. And that's what I want to do. I want to stack the deck. I want to have that percentage edge when it comes to that likelihood of success. Because as much hype as you can build from that sit in the gym, slam your music, you fucking your car's shaking from how whatever you're going. You're watching a TikTok workout edit, you're just getting yourself fucking amped. There's a point where just excitement is not going to undo poor preparation. All right? If I got 3 hours of sleep, did not drink any water, only ate like, let's just say ate like trash. If I had a crap ton of carbs from like just a bunch of candy or whatever, that actually wouldn't impede the workout. I'd just be kind of carved up and full. So let's say last night I ate like, I don't know, maybe a crazy amount of like fried foods, super buttery and oily. That would probably make me feel kind of gross today. If that's the situation, if that's the hand I'm dealing myself, I can try to go as hard as I freaking can, but it's like you're putting the wrong kind of gas in your car. So it's almost, I like to think about it as though you're trying to win the battle before it happens, right? You want your prep to be so good that you're already, ready. All you got to do is slam your pre, get excited, and then things will just start to click. It's like if you make your bed every morning, you don't let trash pile up. You're doing your dishes, your whatever, just keeping your area pretty much in order. Odds are you're just gonna kind of feel better. Things are just gonna feel like they're going your way, and it's not as though that just magically happened. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm really gonna try to get lean this year. I'm gonna try to lose some weight. It's not magic. It's you actually do all the shit that it takes to do it. But getting back to the workout, definitely not going to do anything crazy heavy. So my combination of movements will probably consist of some cable, actually a good amount of cable. I did a Arsenal shoulder raise machine, like chest squeezing movement that I really liked. I think I might just do that again for a few. Not like a crazy stretch, but a super good squeeze and contraction. So I think I'll bring that back. And then maybe some machine press. I'm open. Once I get my rotator cuff warmed up and my shoulders and my forearms and everything, like once things are moving, that's gonna give me a cue. That's what'll really tell me, like, all right, the path will be revealed almost. It's like you've got that one perk where it shows you like the footsteps where someone else just walked past. That's what you start to see once you get a really good warm-up. And those footprints just represent which machine you should go to first and in what way should you use it, right? So if I'm feeling strong, maybe go a little heavier. If I'm feeling a little off, maybe use some caution, something like that. But nothing else to say. Let's just make this lift happen. So I have got a plan. I've got a plan, so let me tell you what it's going to be. And I may fluctuate from this plan just because I think that this is what I'm going to do to start. Doesn't mean I'm locking myself in. Even if I do this one set, now the feelers reps and the warm-up felt good, but even if I do this one and I don't like it, well, I'll just move on. Pick a movement that I know I will like. And by like, I mean will get me pumped, will give me a good solid squeezing, burning sort of contraction, and just kind of net feel like a good set. But I'm going to start with some squeezing hand over hand press. So even though my hands are, let's be pronated or supinated. My hands are kind of, in this position. I'm not feeling a lot of front delt, but I can feel my upper chest really fire like crazy. So every time I get to this section right here, I'm trying to pull basically my bicep to the inside, or I guess basically the top part of my sternum. And with that feeling in mind, I get all of this inside upper corner going to the point where, like, if I tuck my chin a little bit, I can feel both sides of my chest like pushing into me. I think that's a little Jay Cutler tip, but not heavy, but I will make these burn. So this might even be a 20 rep set. All right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Two. Yeah. Ugh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, 2 more just like that. Whew. Am I at the same height? That's 25. That's 26. There we go. Now we're back to even. But now 2 more of those, and then we got a new movement. Okay. Oh. Oh. Nine. Okay, holy shit. Okay, I lied. 2 more of those, and then we'll move on. They feel too good to stop. All right. Okay. Oh, 1 more. Fuck. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's hit an incline press now. There we go. All right, not too heavy. This is only 2 plates, so similar to the cables. I want to hold, squeeze, get a really solid freaking contraction. Might go heavier for the next one. All right. Ooh. Ay. Gah. Two. Okay. All right, shit, I lied. All right, let's do the same weight for the next one. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, 1 more. Okay. And then we'll move on to something else. Okay. Oh, shit. All right, let's go rip Arsenal shoulder fly. And then I think one cable finisher will do the trick. All right, so this is definitely unconventional, but it's a more squeezing kind of like pump out reps kind of movement. Honestly, this is kind of cool. So instead of standing right in the middle for shoulders, what I do is I take one step to the side, turn my body a little bit this way, then hold on. And I'm kind of doing this sort of motion. Like hold on the handle. I'm like kind of coming up here. So it's almost like a bottom to top press. Obviously you can't get all the way up here, but the squeeze I can get, I mean, even just now making the action of the motion, my whole chest is firing. So just going back and forth from burning squeeze, stretch, squeeze, a little quick, 5 reps each side, repeating. By the time I jump onto the cable behind me for one more set of just kind of converging presses to burn out, I might need to use half the weight that I was using before. Yeah. One more press over there, then we can pose down. Okay. All right. Let's see how we're looking. All right, the heat has not let up, but a sweaty pose down means you're a little bit shinier than normal. So it's kind of a little bit of a bonus. But let's see how we're looking. So that was, I don't know, what was that? 4, 2, 1, 1. 8 sets total for a solid chest pump. It's about right in my book, you know. And these were lighter controlled sets, so I wouldn't have expected to only do like, 6. Like slightly higher volume, at least for what's normal for me today, makes a bit of sense. But let's see how we're looking. Oh, I mean, not even not even hitting a pose, just fucking standing is looking nuts. Holding vacuums while it's this hot, post-lift sweaty, it's getting tricky. Let's see how we're looking from the backside. Oh my gosh. All right. What poses am I forgetting? Maybe a little side tricep. Oh my God. I gotta see what that looked like on the computer. But that one seemed pretty freaking nasty. Okay. Even just sitting holding these poses is getting me out of breath. So I think that's my cue. Jump up, get some cardio done. Unfortunately, yesterday I accidentally kicked the little direct current cable that powers the thing, which isn't that kind of stupid, because aren't I generating power by pedaling? Like, shouldn't it run off of that? But I broke it. Luckily enough, take a picture of the specs, got a replacement on Amazon, so I am golden. But I don't want to stop posing. All right, I'm gonna hit a few more and then I'll get out of here. And this is just half for me, so I can go back and look at it. All right, now we're done. So I'll see you for some crazy back tomorrow. That was a good lift.